Good evening. It's 7 o'clock. It shows I'm alive, so I'm presuming I'm live. Um, it's been a long day for me. I've had some appointments and my still dealing with my arm a little bit. Other than that, lots of rest, lots of doing what I've got to do. But today I had to laugh because I've had a lot of downtime with everything else. Now, the card that I drew for this Monday night, I smiled. It says, I am like the calm in the eye of a hurricane. And on the other side, it says, I am safe and secure. I am at peace with myself and others. And I just smiled at that because even though I've had a busy day, it's been a calm day. It's been a very flowy day with some things that I would like to have gotten done, but I haven't. So it's like taking care of myself day, no matter what, and interesting consultations. And that always makes my day. In the meantime, for those of you as you come on in, thanks, Marion. This is good evening, blessings. Let's say yes. And Karen says, greetings. Hang on, just going to try and keep up with everything. 8, 12, and 22 doesn't, and we'll see where that goes. Marion had already sent one to me, so I'm going to start off with Marion, because if she goes and works with a crystal ball, then she has to re-listen, I think. Not that we ever talk about that too much. Okay, Marion has asked for patience and fortitude and asked me to pick 3 numbers. And so I got 20, 15, and 12. 12, by the way, for all the ones I've got written down so far, has been surfacing. So who knows? So we're looking at a prayer in relation, or a mental mind treatment, I should say, and for patience and fortitude. And that can apply to myself too. So anybody who wants patience and fortitude in the next while, please listen. Knowing that there is one power and one essence, and knowing that we're all connected, I speak my word for Marion. And as I speak my word for Marion, I know that patience and fortitude is right at hand. I know the ease of which it is by accepting the overall large plan and not allowing emotion to get in the way, but to accept the sense that everything is in its right place and right timing. I know that right timing sometimes seems like it's not the right timing, and that's where the patience and fortitude gets stretched. And yet, in retrospect, it's always in the right timing. And so I know at this point that for Marion, patience and fortitude is through total acceptance of what is, and that the divine plan is being activated at all times. And even though we want to push that divine plan, that we want it faster, we want it in whatever which way, it is just the allowing of it to be and trusting. So patience and fortitude will be the goal, the essence, the awareness as you move forward in direction. I give thanks in knowing that patience and fortitude is within Marion, myself, and any others that needs patience and fortitude. There is love, essence, and awareness that right timing is consistently and always there, because the divine loving force loves us. The divine loving force is working for us, and therefore it is bringing forward all the things that are there. And I give thanks in the knowing of this. I give thanks in the letting go and allowing with patience and fortitude for everything to unfold for the highest and best for Marion and for anybody else that wants patience and fortitude. And I release this thought by saying, and so it is. Amen. And so it is. I'm now going to move down to Jason and Diamond. And this one is for a joyful, easy flow for their travel and wedding on March 20th. knowing that there is one power and one ease, and I'm just going to say the numbers that I got was 17, 4, and 6. I know that just as we talked about patience and fortitude, that ease and flow comes by recognizing everything as it is in its right place, and not to allow fear, not to allow confusion, not to allow indecision to get in the way, but to hold the end prize, the end result, the end of that particular element that you want that easy flow for in your mind, and the allowingness of this. So as we move into that wonderful divine knowingness, I know that flow is there if everyone relaxes and sees the end result that they want. Excuse my throat here for a minute. The easy flow that flows in the travel and then the wedding itself, just allowing it. It's like a letting go, allowing, keeping the eye on the prize, keeping the eye on the end result, knowing that it is there. So we take a deep breath and we release all the fear. We release all the anxiety. We release all elements that the what ifs and the maybes and the perhapses, we let them go until there is a clean pathway. That all the travel comes easy. Oh my goodness. I'm choking on this. Excuse me. The travel is easy. Everything falls into place. It's the allowing it to fall into place and not allowing the nerves, the fears, the anxieties, the maybes, the perhapses falling into place. We want those cleared. We're making a roadway that is clear sailing, so to speak. I give thanks in knowing that the divine intervention of clarity, ease, clearing the slate so that the pathway is easy to achieve the goal. And the fortitude that we spoke of earlier is also there, that to be able to move in the way and the direction of where you're heading and where you're going. I give thanks, the knowing that Jason and Diamond's flow of travel, wedding plans, etc. for March 20th will be like smooth as silk. I give thanks in knowing that the love vibration is stronger than anything else. So within the strength, all things happen and all things come. I give thanks as I release this with great gratitude and love for all by saying, and so it is. Amen. Okay. Let's hope this little frog in my throat decides to take a walk. My next one, I'm doing all these ones first. Kayla, we got energy. I've got energy, peace, and success. Success? Well, that's what came. 12, 3, and 21. Again, 12. You'll see 12s all through. That's what I've written down so far. I know there is one power and one essence, and I know that Kayla knows this power and essence very well. I also know that the energy, peace, and success is by accepting the love vibration inside so that it soothes any worries, concerns, and anxiety and replaces all of that within the self with love. The essence of love, the understanding of love. And as I know Kayla personally, I know that she is filled with that. And I know that that can go into the very corners of the mind and take any doubt or any question or any anxiety and transform it just like that into the loving flow of everything is in its right place and right time. I give thanks in knowing that for Kayla, all around her, there is energy and there is peacefulness in knowing that there is success for self. There is success for her desires, for her family, for her essence of whatever there is there, because she is connected to the love source. She is knowledgeable in how the love source works. And there is a letting go and a relaxing and coming into that beautiful, beautiful energy, peace, and success feeling of being, of aliveness, of gratefulness, all those things. I give thanks and knowing that strength of that purpose of being as I release this thought for Kayla to flow, to be, and to know all is well. And with that, we say, and so it is. Amen. Kayla very kindly also asked that I would do one for myself. So I'm going to do one for continued healing with ease and grace. And it seems like I took a step backwards in a way, not totally, but in a little way. I got 12, 3, and 17. 12, 3, and 17. Acceptance, love, and balance. And that's true because I did a lot today. So my arm's a little sore tonight because it's been working away, even though I was trying to be very careful with it. But you'll even see I still get it up in the air and do things. I know there is one power and one essence, and I know I am connected to that power and that essence, that I feel it, I know how it works, and I know just by relaxing into it that all the healing work is continued. It's continued with ease and grace. It is continued with a joyousness of loving and balancing and knowing how much I can do and how much I can't do, and not getting frustrated when I can't do all the things I want to do at this present time, because there will be a time. And that's the acceptance of knowing that all things flow exactly as it needs to. When we let go of that thing on our own mind of when it has to be, how it's supposed to be, and how it's supposed to look, and allow the law of love to come in and flow, I can take a big breath. Then things work. It is our own mental interference. It is our own mental agitation. It is our own mental, why isn't it done now, that gets in the way. Some things take a little longer than others. Sometimes it is a matter of recognizing that healing is continuing with ease and grace, and you just keep balanced in the energy field that you're working in. I give thanks for Kayla for requesting this for me. I give thanks for knowing that the power is there and continued healing with ease and grace is occurring, because I know that it is. And as I move forward, I give thanks for being part and knowing that effective prayer can work. And so I release this thought knowing it is true for any and everyone who wants continued healing with ease and grace by saying, and so it is. Amen. Okay. Now I go to Karen. 8, and here's our 12 again. 8, 12, 22. So let's just talk about 8, 12, and 22. 8 is strength. There is a power above that you bring it down and you put it into your regular world. 12 is acceptance. No matter what it looks like, you accept. And then that frees. And 22 is having faith. So let's put a little prayer together all about that. I know there is one power, and I know that Karen is connected to that power. And in that power, I speak my word for Karen. As I speak my word for Karen, I know that it is about dealing with the things that need to be dealt with in balance and in harmony. It's not about making things happen or going anywhere. It's allowing the flow. And in allowing the flow, there is a great acceptance that happens and goes on that sets us free from how it's supposed to be and allowing it for how it is. And knowing that we can move forward with faith, with action, with essence, with a sense of direction, that it is all moving exactly the way that you want to go. I give thanks in knowing that Karen's pathway, because of her knowledge, because of her awareness, because of her strength, is that she's able to accept through faith that all things will just evaporate and the pathway is super clear and super easy to walk with. In knowing this, we release this thought with love, with joy, with peace, and with how many. And so we say, as we let send it on its way to Karen, for Karen, and so it is. Amen. Okay, big breath for me. CC 99, in which you spoke that word just after I received it. Oh, hang on. First she says, and to do it with all with ease. Yes, all with ease. In which you spoke that word just after I received it. Okay, I'm not sure what that's all about, but okay, welcome to the show. Kayla, she's just another one for her friend Rena. 7, 14, and 21. Peace and harmony on my living situation. Is that for Rena, I'm presuming? Quick, complete healing from the fall. There's been a fall, healing. Okay. I'm hoping that's good because it's Rena's name in there and I know the connection. Oh, she says Rena is listening but could not get in. Okay. And Karen says, so beautiful. Thank you. I do my best. I do my best. Okay. I know there is one power and there is one essence. And I know that that energy is available to anybody and everybody if they want to connect to the love force. I tell the story of how when I first I sought God most of my life. And when I connected into the love force, I recognized that it was outside of me and I pulled that in. And I've been pulling that in and working with that ever since. It doesn't mean I live in it 24/7. I don't. I'm a natural, normal human being. But it's knowing that that force is there and that we can access it. And the more we access it, the more it comes true in the essence of our hearts and our awareness. And we don't get so caught up in our heads or in our emotions. It is a love and knowing that love exists. And so as I speak my word for Rena with the three numbers of 7, 14, and 21, all the threes, I mean 7, sorry, that's all the threes, right? The 7 is change, 14 is balance, and 21 is acceptance of all. Sometimes when we have a situation happen, we have to let go of what was and what has occurred. We, instead of berating ourselves maybe or getting on ourselves as how come we did this and why is it doing it this way, and that mental agitation, we got to just breathe, set our eye on the prize of where we're heading, and let go. In the letting go, we then move into a place of creating balance. We're not there yet. We have not created the ultimate yet, but we can create that. We can work with that. We create a balance. And then in the balancing, what happens is we move into the acceptance of what is, acceptance into the divinity of ourselves, the acceptance into no matter what occurs, it's always, unfortunately, the right time at the right place. And so healing for Rena will be in her acceptance of the situation now so that you can move beyond it. This is about acceptances. And in the acceptance comes the healing. There comes the strength. And it comes being, I feel a sense of comfort within of knowing that everything is in its right place. I've talked about this through the night because I had to, through this evening, sorry, because I had to deal with that myself. Everything is in its right place, right? When I thought everything was going to go boom, everything went sort of backwards a bit. So there's a frustration on a human level because we want it to be, we always want it to be the way we want it. I mean, that is, I think, human nature. And then comes this divine element which says accept. And in the acceptance of what is, we can balance things as we move forward. So as I move into the mental mind treatment here, I'm going to speak my word for Rena, knowing that no matter what has occurred, to know that the love contains inside beyond measure. That for whatever, whether it was moving too fast, whether it was not paying attention, maybe the mind was in 10,000 places instead of right in the present. Living in the present isn't always easy. And sometimes we just have to let go of all the things that our mind is full of as we move forward in balance and awareness of the direction that we're in. And that we're able to bring our world into balance. The 14 and the 21 deal a lot with balance, being in balance. But first, we have to let go. We have to stop beating ourselves up. We have to be more aware of the direction of where we're heading, of where we're going. And I feel just allowing the feeling of being loved. Imagine in a cozy blanket or a warm fire, warmth coming into the inside, and that peace that's inside that seems such a rigid pole of coldness gets evaporated. And in that evaporation, love can come in and everything relaxes. It moves into an absolute relaxation of healing and love and understanding. And knowing, there was a piece in here I've missed, I think. Let me go back and find that. Yeah, in the living situation. That's what I hadn't got written down. And it's as though when we find that spot inside, we begin to see things from a different perspective. And as we see things, because we've let go of all the stuff. Number 7 says, let go of the past, moving out into the newness, taking the knowledge with you that you've gained, creating balance, being in balance, working in balance, mainly is to get that love force right into the central core so that the body, the muscles, everything relaxes into a fullness state, a fullness of awareness of where and what. I give my thanks in knowing that Rena is able to bring in the warmth from the love source, or just imagine this beautiful, warm, whether it's a flame of light or whether it's a color, but bring the warmth deep inside and let it warm from the middle out, and just let go of all those things that you want changed, and just let go. And know your highest and best is activated every second of the day. Every second, in every way, it's being activated. We want that ease and grace. We want that element of being. And I give thanks that I'm able to let go of this thought, knowing that it is done, that you're at one, that healing situations with ease and grace take place consistently and always. I give thanks in the knowledge of this. I give thanks as I release this by saying, and so it is. Amen. Whew. Okay, well, that little list seems to have been gone through, which is fine with me. If there's anybody else there or anybody else would like to add something, please do, because I do like to go to about 7:30 and it's only 7:20. What is it, 24 or something, which doesn't matter. It's always the time. It's not even 24. Anyway, I just want to let you know that the prayer is something that I believe. I'm going to talk a little bit about thought. I believe every thought is a form of prayer, because the thought goes out in a vibration that sets your living vibration. And even though we may not be done to a form, which is what I was taught many years ago, and I'm sometimes all over the place with it as it is, then it becomes what's the word I want to say? It becomes a sense of recognizing that when you get down on yourself, when you get down on somebody else, all of those thoughts are part of your vibration. Now, stuff happens, sometimes not because of you, but just circumstances. Stuff does happen. And sometimes it happens because it's drawing your attention to something. I find that often. And it's like an awareness and opening up. Think of one of those flowers that opens up. I'm seeing on a lake, a lily or something on a lake opening up. And just think of yourself as that and allowing it in, because When we change our perspective, and that's why I love my transformation work so much, because we change people's viewpoints and clear out their programming and everything. And it makes such a big difference because the thinking process changes. And it's very easy to slip back into habit. Habit is the enemy, as far as I'm concerned, and I have enough of them. And it's like when we slip back into habits, then we don't think, we just do it automatically. And when we're going automatically, what ends up happening is that we are just recreating the old over and over and over again and not the new. Kayla's written down to ask for a treatment for Connor, who I know who that is. So I'm just going to do a little one here for the end to wrap things up in my evening. Knowing that there is one power and knowing that Connor is also part of that power. I know that also within the travel plans for Jason and Diamond, that he's partly part of that his travel may be easy with care, with love and ease. I also feel he's going to meet somebody on this tour, on this trip. Um, and I want him to be open to a different perspective. I want him to be open to how the conversation goes. And as the conversation goes, as he accepts, because I don't have any numbers here, but I feel this is about opening up and recognizing that life will present surprises in very strange places. I give thanks in knowing that this trip that Connor's going to be on can be, I want to say life changing, but it's not like tomorrow, but it's adds a perspective. And in that perspective, he opens like a beautiful flower, and he opens, and it's great. And I really look forward to hearing the story. And so I give thanks of knowing that Connor is in good hands. I give thanks in knowing that the journey with which will just be flowing will bring about a new awareness and a new insight that is going to add in so many ways. And so I give thanks by saying, thank you, thank you, thank you. And release this, knowing that it is done by saying, and so it is. Amen. Yes. Okay. Just want to say a couple of things. I will be back Wednesday morning and again Sunday morning. But what I want to say is, I really am learning a little bit more about creating my channel. I laugh because it's like, oh, teaching an old dog new tricks sometimes is quite interesting. But what I want is some of you are subscribed, and I love that. Thank you, because that helps. But also, someone said, make sure you get your likes. So if you like this, press the little thumbs up. That makes a big difference. I looked at some things today, and I have to now put my thinking cap on and figure out a bit more on that, because I really like doing this work and I'd like to keep it up. And maybe I haven't got back to doing shorts because my arm still took 2 steps backwards. And I've got a whole new gadget to put together, and I can't do it yet. So I will get back to practicing shorts very shortly. Don't you just love that? And everything else. I want to thank you for tuning in. I look forward to Monday nights. And go have a nice night. There's still lots on. I was watching The Voice before I came on here, and I'll go back watch them because I record it all. And I want you to enjoy this week as much as possible. And remember that the love force is there for each one of us. And the main thing here was about acceptance. Accept that you're loved beyond measure. Know that you're loved beyond measure. Know that your thoughts are important. And turn them into peace and grace. Let the ease comes in and be at one with all things. I want to thank you for tuning in. Thank you for making a part of my evening wonderful, because it always vitalizes me, believe it or not. And I'm always happy to see how many people view this after, because it does show up how many views there are. And blessing. This hand doesn't want to come up, so I'll just do it with one hand. Blessings to each one of you. Thanks a lot. Bye now.